on my refrigerator for about, oh my God, close to 30 years. And it's one thing when I thought about the inspiration, it's something that I see in most of the people, if not all the people here. It says, I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, I ought to do. And by the grace of God, I will do.
Okay. I don't believe we have any visiting Rotarians, but I know we have a lot of guests. So why don't we just open it up to whomever wants to introduce their respective guest? Patty, why don't you start? And we'll. Thank you. What else do we have? Dawn. How can you know? Tommy, are you? Okay. All right, Kelly. Hey. One in the back. Thanks. Yeah, I think that's it. I want to welcome all the visitors. Thank you for coming. I just want to mention, I met Mary through, she was coordinating all the donations that were coming in for the house, Veterans House on Hillcrest. And it was kind of a yeoman's task because so much stuff was coming in, but she had a very neat Excel spreadsheet and she would routinely send it out. So kept us on track, what we needed yet. And thanks to all of you who made donations. So anyway, okay, let's see, we've got a really exciting program today, but before that, I think we're trying to push some of our 50-50 cards. So if you haven't bought a card yet, do that. Also, I want to make an announcement on behalf of Options for Southern Oregon. I'm sure you're all familiar with this, but it's called the Empty Bowls Project. It's a wonderful project. Many restaurants in town, boy, make these incredible soups that you can't believe. It's a fundraiser. Tickets are $30 online, $35 at the door. You get a bowl, a handmade bowl by a potter, a local potter, and you can, I'm sorry? Oh, they're incredible bowls. I swear all of our breakfast bowls are ones we've gotten from Empty Bowls. And the soups are outstanding. I always overeat that night, which I shouldn't be doing on that particular night, but the soups are irresistible. So anyway, please give it a shot. October 9th, 6 p.m. Parkway Christian Center, $30, $35 at the door. It goes to, well, alleviating hunger in our town, October the 9th. Okay, announcements.
I still have a couple openings for October for Sergeant at Arms and Inspiration. So if you would like to do that to help, up here, the beginning intro stuff, I have my list over here. Thank you.
I was asked by the Wednesday Club to make an announcement that probably many of you here knew Bob Brooks, who was an amazing volunteer. and he passed away recently. There's going to be a celebration of his life at the Rotary Pavilion Wildlife Images on October the 1st from 1 to 3:30. So if you can make it, and just think positive thoughts for all of the wonderful things that Bob did, it would be appreciated.
Any other announcements? And before we begin, I just want to thank once again all the people who helped put these meetings together, like Lutz and Allison and let's see, Susan's the greeter. It takes a lot of effort for these meetings to come together, and people do it every week. And just want to say thank you to all of them for doing it. All right. Okay, I think we're ready for our program. And let's see, Jim, I believe, or no, Joe, who's going to introduce? Kelly is doing the introduction, I believe. Oh, weren't you? Well.
Here, read this.
Are you ready? Oh, boy.
Here we go. Oh my gosh. Good luck.
Right.
Oh.
It's 30 pages.
No. It's very good. And actually, Steve Rowe, for those of you who read the e-Navigator, did a great introduction as well. So Sheriff Daniel grew up in Portland, Oregon, and graduated from Central Catholic High School. He then attended Oregon State University and received his Bachelors of Science in Speech Communications. So we're expecting a lot from you. Okay. He met his bride, Karie, while at Oregon State and married her after graduation. Following college, Sheriff Daniel began his law enforcement career in March of 1995, right after he was born, as a police officer at the Grants Pass Department of Public Safety. After 3 years, he was hired by the Oregon State Police as the first resident trooper of Wheeler and Gilliam counties. He resided in Fossil, Oregon, with his bride, young son, and daughter. 3 years later, Chef Daniel returned to the Grants Pass Department of Public Safety. During his time there, he obtained a master's in management from Southern Oregon University. Very good. Sheriff Daniel has filled many positions and assignments during his tenure. And when I read this, I thought this was amazing. He's been a traffic officer, community resource team member, SWAT team instructor member for 16 years, major crimes detective, range master, firearms instructor, and patrol officer. Pretty amazing. In 2013, Sheriff Daniel was awarded the Law Enforcement Medal of Honor following a life-threatening event involving a fight over a firearm while arresting a sex offender. Sheriff Daniel was elected Josephine County Sheriff in November of 2014 and sworn into the position on January 5th, 2015. He was reelected in November of 2018 and November of 2022, currently serving his third term. Welcome, Sheriff Daniel.
Good afternoon, everybody. And hello, Suzanne, James, and Kelly. Welcome to the club. I'm a little disappointed. I'll start off with that because at the beginning of this meeting, there was music and Allison turned it off because I want to do some karaoke. But maybe that's to your benefit that I don't do karaoke. No, that's okay. Thanks. I'm already into the program. So first, thank you for letting me come talk to you. And it's always a pleasure to come talk to Rotary. It is so impressive what you all do and the commitment. It's just amazing. So I respect all of y'all. And this is a great venue. First question I have is how much time, because I want to, I don't need a half hour. I'm probably going to go maybe 15 minutes and then Q&A. I want to definitely get into the Q&A and get you guys, get your questions answered. But I'm here today because I want to talk about something very, very important to our community, and that is the Josephine County Law Enforcement Service District ballot measure, basically that's going on your ballot, if you live in the county, that is. I'll talk about that in a minute. November 7th. So my message is please get out and vote. Get out and make sure and vote. That's the most important thing. Yes, no, whatever the case is, please vote because it's important. And I don't anticipate in November there's going to be all that big of a voter turnout, to be honest with you. The last one in the city was horrendous. So that's good. That's my message. PSA, public service announcement. There you go. So what it is Josephine County Law Enforcement Service District, and I'm going to go through a short PowerPoint here just to educate, inform. I hate saying educate because that makes you sound like you're dumb, but they're not. So I'm going to try to inform and provide you some information that I think will be beneficial to where we're at, where we could be, and what we're trying to do. Okay, Allison, here we go. Yeah. It doesn't like me. It doesn't like me at all. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you have it. Can you click for me? It's really pretty short. Yeah. Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Whoop. All right, let's go. So why is the Law Enforcement Services District necessary? It's historical. Basically, that's the bottom line, is we have SRS and ONC timber harvest reduction. You know our timber industry's gone. It's shot. That's where we used to get all of our money. Measures 5 and 50 that passed, I think it was around 2002, I think, right in that era, does not allow our 58 cents, which is the lowest in the state per thousand of assessed value, which is basically our general fund. And so it's stuck right there. And then most importantly, one-time ARPA funds, American Rescue Plan Act funds, are going to run out that we applied for. It's going to run out in June of 2025. Now, I will say this, there's always the question, oh, the commissioners have the money. Oh, they'll find the money. Well, I'll tell you, we were lucky. There go by the grace of God, the Josephine County got lucky, because obviously we had the seasonal sales tax go on the ballot in last November. And it was obviously, the message was clear, it got handed to it. So, but luckily, right before that, about a week and a half before that vote in November, we found out about an ARPA grant. It was $5.8 million is this grant. It's on a biennium for it, so it's basically for 2 years. And we couldn't apply for it until after the grant or the deadline to vote in November. We applied in December and were awarded that grant. That is the only thing keeping us alive right now in the sheriff's office, is that 5.8 million. And I'll speak to what the reality is a little bit later. Thank you, Allison. So Josephine County Law Enforcement Services District, what is it? It's 99 cents per 1,000 of assessed property value. Now, keep in mind, it's very important that I say assessed, because we do know factually that 98% of all properties in Josephine County have an assessed value lower than the market value, drastically lower. So when you're calculating your numbers, think about the assessed value. If you have a $500,000 home and you can sell it for $500,000, it's probably only worth about maybe $250,000, $265,000. So think about that when you're calculating what you might pay. Estimated revenue will stabilize the current levels of operational service. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not out here trying to get more money. I'm trying to replace money that's going to be lost. June of 2025. This is estimated to bring in first year 5.8 million. Strike that, 5.6 million. The second year, 5.8 million. And the third year, 6 million. And that's because the 3% assessed value is we just calculate that in, and that's why you need that small rise in the price. But again, that's basically what we're operating on right now. So when what we have is gone, 5.8 is going to keep us right where we're at. But that does open the door to ONC and SRS monies that could come in. It does open the door for general fund to come in. So I foresee, because I'm going to be scratching, clawing, and fighting for every scrap I can get through the Budget Committee and the Board of County Commissioners. I promise you that. These are just some numbers, kind of geographically speaking, throughout the county, where we think the median cost is going to be for those geographic locations. It averages out somewhere around $1.50, $1.60 throughout this, and that's a year. That's not a month. That's a year. So that's basically what we're asking for. Okay, thanks, Allison. So who's included in the district? Well, I'm going to start out with who's not included in the district, who's not going to get this on their ballots. Anyone that lives within the city of Grants Pass, and anybody within the urban growth boundary that currently has an annexation agreement with Public Safety Services. So if you get police and fire from the city, you will not get this on your ballot and you will not be voting. City of Grants Pass they didn't opt out, they just didn't opt in. And the city of Cape Junction did, however. So they are in. They wanted those services. So that's who's in and who's out. So if you're in the city, you're not going to see this on your ballot. So this is what it provides us, that $5.6 million in the first year. Dispatch of 6.25 FTEs or full-time equivalent employees. Patrol operations of 20, which is where we're at now. And evidence and property of 1.50. That's it. Doesn't go to administration. Doesn't go into the jail. It goes for those things. The services that I believed that our rural residents want the most. That's what it pays for. Very clear, cut and dry. Not going to go to me. Any unspent funds will stay in the service district fund for future use by the patrol, 911, dispatch, and evidence. Doesn't go back into the general fund. It stays in the fund that it's supposed to go to. That's the promise that's in the ballot. And that's important, I think, because now you know where the money's going. So and there will be on this an audit, an external audit every year. Not only will there be an internal audit that our finance department will do, there will be an external one as well to assure that those monies are going where we said they would. Oversight committee. This was my concept. I wanted the citizens to have a say. So what I would like to do is have 5 persons on a volunteer advisory panel. I'd like to convene them at least once a year before the budgets get turned in, at least, maybe more. But geographically, I want to see 1 person from Sunny Valley, Wolf Creek. I want to see 1 person from Murphy Williams. I want to see 1 person from Greater Grants Pass. That would be, Colonial Valley, Jerome Prairie, Merlin, some from there. 1 person from the Illinois Valley, and then 1 person from the city of Cape Junction. I would present to them prior to going to the budget committee every year, take their thoughts, insight, directions that they would like to see maybe go, and then go forward to the formal budget committee presentation. I think that's a good thing. It's something Josephine County hasn't had for law enforcement in a very long time, at least appropriately. Okay, I covered that too. Good. So down to the nitty-gritty. I'm not trying to fear you into a yes vote. I'm just going to tell you the facts of what this is going to look like if we vote no. The general fund, NSRS and ONC, cannot support the level of service that I think we need. We will go back literally to 2012. You guys remember 2012? Anybody ever show of hands of what that was like? Yeah, I remember it very well. And as a matter of fact, that's exactly why I ran for sheriff. I remember going to a call for service down on East Park Street, and a guy kicked the front door in of a house, went in to burglarize. Didn't have a care in the world. This is like at noon. Well, there happened to be a woman in the home. And so he kicks in the door. She's able to call 911. I respond. We end up getting this guy hooked up and into custody, taken from the house, took him out to the sidewalk, and I wrote him a ticket and sent him packing. And he walked down the street, thumb in his nose. That's real. That happened. There was no room in the jail. They couldn't take anybody. That's why I ran for sheriff, because I want to fix it. This is basically one of my last bids to try and fix it. And we can stabilize it. But we, Josephine County, have to want to do so. We can't count on anybody else. There's nobody else out there. I have nothing else on the table right now that I know of coming in the future to try and fix this. This is it. We tried it with the sales tax, the seasonal sales tax, didn't fly. We've tried it before with levies, haven't flown. This will stabilize us at 99 cents per thousand. We still have a property tax value less. If this were to pass, you have your 93 cents for your corrections. You have your 58 cents if you live in the county for, well, in the city for your property tax. And then this 99 cents puts us, I think, if I do the math right, it's about 249, something right around there. 250 is the state average. And that's just the average. So we're not asking for a whole lot. We're asking just to cut it right down the middle, slice the pie right down the middle. I don't even know if we're going to be able to respond to life-threatening calls. I guess I'm going to have to, because I'll still be there as the elected official, but I don't know that I'll have deputies anymore. Since 2012, the cost of doing business has obviously risen. The economy's up, inflation's up, prices are up, medical's up, wages are up. But that's what happens if we vote no. I want to talk just real quick on a sidebar about recruitment and retention. And my recruitment and retention is horrible. Now, recruitment across the nation is horrible, but my retention is brutal. I've lost two people to the city of Grants Pass, 2 people to Jackson County, 1 person to Deschutes County, 2 people to the Oregon State Police, 1 person to Central Point, 1 person to Springfield, and there are others. These are all people that I hired in the last 5 years. All people that I've hired in the last 5 years. I hire them, I train them, and it takes up to 11 months, almost 12, to get them on board and working as, that's where I see the cost benefit. The benefit comes after that amount of time. Until then, I'm just paying into them. I can honestly tell you I've spent over $1 million in the last 2.5 years training people. And then they leave. That's ridiculous. $1 million to train somebody so they can go to the city of Grants Pass with Oregon State Police or wherever else. 3 reasons they're leaving. And this is what I'm talking about, stability. Reason number 1 is the financial stability, just that. They got kids, they got families, they got wives, they have houses, they got mortgages, they got, car payments, school loans, whatever the case may be. And they don't know if they're going to have a job here in Josephine County next year. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. They're also fairly young, and they're meat eaters, and they want to go out and do the best job. That's what they took an oath to do the best job they can. They also like variety. We're a small organization. I don't have detectives. I don't have a SWAT team. I don't have a lot of the specialized units that other agencies have. And so they want growth. They want a career where they could do things and move around. Other agencies can provide them that. And the last one is fairly low pay. It's we are the lowest paid. Josephine County Sheriff's Office, without question, the lowest, except for maybe Rogue River. I don't know what they make. The lowest paid in the Rogue Valley, and by a stretch. They can go somewhere else and make $2,000 and $3,000 more a month than with Josephine County. But those that have stayed are dedicated, and we're in the hiring process right now. Okay, vote yes. Provide stable funding for operations. Gives us a base level of service that citizens can actually rely on. Provides the ability to increase services with the use of O&C, as I spoke to, and SRS and in general fund, and those items from the budget committee. And that will be my ask. I am going to do that. I want 24/7 patrol services in this county before I retire. That's what I want. I want a detectives division. That's what I want. I want canines. That's what I want. I think we not only want, I think we need those things. Okay. Allison, I think we're coming towards the end of it. And I am at a point, how'd I do? That was probably 15 minutes. All right around there. So good. So I got another 10 minutes, 15 for questions. Jim, yes, sir. Hey, I'm at 28.5 years right now. I don't know.
Okay, second question. I remember when, in 2012, when Bill Gilliam, and he was the only person in the sheriff's office.
Yes.
At that time, there was some discussion about the state, if our county couldn't figure it out, that the state was going to come, or could have the possibility of coming in and telling us what they're going to do to maintain the minimal public service necessary. Is that?
The state's not coming. The state's not coming. The state cannot dictate what we do. As a matter of fact, I have every belief that the state will not help this time. I mean, they'll do what they can on certain calls, certain places. Don't get me wrong, they're not going to vacate, but they're not going to take over our dispatch service. They're not going to handle any call for service less than what is life-threatening. I guarantee that. I don't even want to go there, Jim. I don't even want to. I know. I told it's fair. It's a great question. It's a fair question, and I appreciate you bringing it up. They're not our fail-safe. Thank you. Please, anyone, because I'll start singing. I'll do it. Why not 199? It's good. That's a great question, and we could use 199 because, as stated, it's only going to give us $5.6 million, and that's just going to give us what we have right now. I kind of did a poll, and I'll tell you, I put this on the ballot. This wasn't the commissioners putting this on the ballot. I asked them to put it on the ballot for me because I didn't have time to do an initiative petition. And there's also a group of citizens that are supporting this, and we meet weekly. What $1.99, to be quite frank, it just isn't going to pass. I think it's not palatable for the majority of this community in this county. We are largely a retired community, or at least up there in age, or we're a lower income. And so the $1.99 I did not see palatable. We saw what happened in the city with $1.83, I think it was, or somewhere in that ballpark. It got crushed. So basically anything over $1, I didn't see fit. So I'm asking for bare bones because I'm willing to work with bare bones. I've been doing it a long time. But this opens the door to stability and more. That's what I want. That's what I'm hopeful for. Yes. Naive question. Okay. Okay. Yes. Sure. Yes, I do believe that this seasonal sales tax was the way to go. I supported it, and it got crushed. But sure. Yeah. Basically, the public has to vote it in. Well, I don't know if that has to happen in the city, but in the county, it certainly does, and it got crushed. So, to your question, yes, I think the sales tax would have been a great way to go, and it would have gone to law enforcement, at least the way it was written, to the city as well. It would have taken care of their problems, and it would have taken care of my problems. As a matter of fact, it would have been fantastic, the amount of money we could have done and the service we could have provided. It's too late. It's too late. I got to move. I got to go now. And with what happened, I mean, is that kind of kicking a dead horse? Yeah, it was on the last ballot. It was what was that? It wasn't during the winter months. It was 6 months out of the year. Summer months, spring, fall is when they had that. Josie, did you have it? Nope, right in front of Josie. Well, how do we pay their salaries so we can maybe increase their salaries? Is that was the question, I believe. Right now, they're in contract negotiations. We're just about ready to finalize that, and it looks pretty good for them. So the ones that are left are, and that's not the sole reason they're leaving. That's one of the three. that I've identified. So I think we're moving in the right direction there. And we'll find out here probably within less than a month. Valerie. Uh-huh. It's called a service district. Special district is a little bit different. Correct. It can change by a vote of anything can change by a vote of the people. That I can tell you the 99 cents can't be increased without a vote of the people. That's a permanent rate. It's fixed. It's set, and that's it. It can be, and it's a maximum of 99 cents. I mean, if we didn't need 99 cents, I may not for the first, 2-3 years. We can actually go lower, but you can't go higher. Yeah.
Let's say it does pass. What is the governance structure for the district? Is it a board of directors? Is it the county commissioners?
The county commissioners and the budget committee are in charge of it at the end of the day. But there is that citizens advisory panel also that's also in front of that. So they're ultimately the board of county commissioners is the governing body. Down to, I don't think there's any commissioner that I know has not said, or city council for that matter, that public safety is their number one thing. But the most important topic is public safety, right? Yeah. So I would absolutely crucify anybody that says it's not. These are my war drums right here. You're hearing it. Yeah. Say it's not, then tell me you're going to give money and then don't give money. Yeah, you're done. Yes. Hands up. You're it. Tag. Well, I haven't done any polling. It does cost money to poll, and I don't think, honestly, Josephine County is really subject to a good poll. I mean, but what you can do to help is you can go to we have a website. It's JOCO Safety, JOCO safety.com. You can donate. You can educate yourself from that website. You can educate others about the website, and so they can get educated. That's how you can help. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, and get out and vote. That's what we need. Josie, there you go. And then we'll go back at the corner. Yeah, and I'll repeat that out loud so to make sure everybody heard. We reached out to the Cave Junction Chamber of Commerce, Illinois Valley Chamber of Commerce, and the Josephine County Grants Pass Chamber of Commerce, and both of them have endorsed this plan. It's important because it's also this falls back on economics and people visiting here, coming here, willing to. I mean, if we don't have law enforcement, we're going to see what happened last time, 2012. We're going to get the bad actors coming here and the good people staying away when they find out Josephine County doesn't have law enforcement. They're not coming. They're going to go somewhere else. So we wanted that. That's an important factor too. Also think about your kids. Think about the elderly. Think about those that really need our services. You may go through your whole life from 0 to 45 or 50 and never need the cops. But you might be 55, 60, 65, 70, and you might need them 3 or 4 times for medical or for other reasons. Oftentimes we're the first person on scene. Okay, was there one back in the very last corner, and I'm going to make this question, and then I'll stop yapping. Correct. Okay, good question. That goes back to one of my previous responses. Number one, yes, the legal language is all there. Yes, it is a permanent tax of 99 cents. or less, not more. At the end of the day, I can't promise you that the commissioners aren't going to, and the budget committee won't take the money away. They can't, I know they can't spend it on anything else. It has to be spent only on law enforcement and public safety, the sheriff's office. But I can't see a reason in the world why the commissioners would take money away from the sheriff's office. I know, okay, I know, slippery slope, I get it. But again, it goes back to us holding them accountable. How's that sound? That's the nicest way I could say it. And last question right here, dear. You are it. God bless you. Yes. I don't know if there's, yeah, is there a better way to partner with Women's Crisis Support Team and the Illinois Valley Safe House Alliance? We already partnered with you guys so well. You guys do a fantastic job. And like I said, right when you said that you work for them, God bless you. There's no more honorable work out there in the world. I think our partnership's pretty strong right now. I really do. Okay, I will end with that, folks. Thank you so much for giving me the time. I really appreciate it. And again, God bless you all for the Rotary and what you guys do. You're a great group of people. And it's always a pleasure coming here and talking to you. November 7th, vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Dave. That was great. Let's see, Jolene, I think it's up to you. And don't forget our 50-50 raffle. All we gotta do is pick one out.
Okay, first off, I want to thank Sheriff Daniels for coming, and I just want to mention that all cool people wear sunglasses on their head. Okay. Most of you know that I'm a foodie, so every time I'm up here, I gotta talk about food. That's just me. But today is International Banana Festival. Isn't it a true thing? It's held in Fulton, Kentucky. And while the festival this year was from Friday, September 8th to the 16th, today is the chosen day for the festival. They celebrate the banana by having banana eating contests, banana brawls, concerts, parades, and eating lots of banana pudding. The Kiwanis actually make a ton, literally 1 ton of banana pudding that they sell to eat. The other thing this is today is it's National Pecan Cookie Day. Pecans were first mentioned in print in 1773, and it is known that George Washington planted pecan trees that were gifted to him by Thomas Jefferson. After a bit of time, pecan nuts became something of a staple in the American South, laying the foundation for that most important of things, pies, the pecan pie, of course. Along with being delicious to consume, pecans also happen to be incredibly good for you. They serve as an excellent source of fiber, magnesium, and a healthy dose of protein, iron, and vitamin B. So not only are they fantastically delicious, they also act as a perfect addition to a healthy diet. Who can hate that? The National Pecan Cookie Day encourages anyone and everyone to create delicious, if not helpful, cookies that share with friends. Most of pecan cookies have like a pound of butter in recipes, okay? So the other thing I want to say is the mural or the wall paintings, the one that we're going to be doing in October, are one of the oldest forms of visual art known to humans. More than 30,000 years ago, humans painted images on walls of caves and other natural surfaces. The earliest paintings in the Chauvet cave in France. That's the first earliest known one that they kind of said is like the first, whatever. More recently, murals were popular art forms throughout the Roman Empire and in the Renaissance. Murals affect the attitude of people passing by them. Everyone gets their understanding of the painting and therefore added aesthetic value to the area that they are put up.
They can be a tourist attraction that brings improvement to the area. So in October, grab a banana, some pecan cookies, and help paint the mural on the side of the Glass Forge building. And now it's time for Happy Bucks. Anybody got Happy Bucks? Okay, we're going to start from the back and work forward just because of me gimping around. Yeah, that's fine.
I've got 10 happy bucks because I am indulged and had a massage this morning before I went to work. It was so nice. I would highly recommend it.
Anybody else?
Well, they're not here yet, but my sister and brother-in-law from Ohio are coming to visit tomorrow night. And haven't seen them since for about a year. It'll be great. Looking forward to it.
I'm shamelessly fundraising for another organization. We purchased a performance at the Barnstormers of Dracula, October 18th, which is a Wednesday. So if anyone is interested in tickets, they're $25, and we give hors d'oeuvres and wine and stuff at before and during intermission.
As long as you're in the neighborhood, Jolene. I would like to give 10 happy bucks, and they are Americana happy bucks. Last week, Friday night, we went to the football game and watched the marching band, which I've been hearing about from Debbie for years now, and now I understand what all the hoopla is about. They are amazing. If you get a chance, go to see them. They are fabulous. And then we went to that wonderful event, and we have a couple of stars in this club. They go and they're under pseudonyms. They're Barbies. One of them is a French Barbie, and the other one is a hippie Barbie. And they were on stage on Saturday night, and they were fabulous. And it was a wonderful program to see a talent show of people in our community. Delightful. Anyway, it just made me very happy to be living in a small town, because you aren't going to see this. You can't make this shit up, and you don't see it anywhere else.
This is my happy buck, and I'm just thrilled to have my niece and my nephew and their 2 children living here in Grants Pass with us.
She's my wife.
I'm only worth $1? Okay, $2. Anybody else? No?
So 2 things. The Alzheimer's walk was last weekend, and we were at goal before the walk started on walk day for the first time ever. And my stepson is getting married a week from Saturday, so I won't be here next week.
It's you. Oh, okay. So it's not like you're gonna go to Mackinac Island, or something like that. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I guess it's time to draw a card. Just because I like to shuffle. Make sure no one stacked the deck. Who has the 4 of diamonds? Oh, yay.
Julie. Hey, we've got a few minutes left, so I just want to open up. Does anyone have anything they'd like to contribute or any other announcement that perhaps slipped your mind? Or we can get out of here a little early. All right, Deb. Okay, anything else? All right, well, the quote for the day or the thought for the day, in addition to Banana Day and the other days, I remember when I lived in Texas, there was a woman there who used to say pecan. She called them pecans. Anyway, today is also the International Day of Peace, believe it or not. And I found a great quotation from, how many people remember Jimi Hendrix? You raise your hand. All right, right on. Jimi Hendrix said, "When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace." So thank you. Have a good day.